We are all time bomb. The ability to not explode as a person makes you unique and different. And I'm sure you must have learned it over time. In this life, managing people is not something that can be taught or someone can teach you. You've got to learn. It's not where you get a certificate. You've got to learn. You need to work on yourself, what you think that can make you a better person with other people, that you will not leave them sad, you will not leave them horrible or depressed. This is not an easy thing. Before you can achieve that, you have to work on yourself. Self-assessment. You are a time bomb because human beings are not easy to manage. And for those people who bottle up things, it speak for myself here. I'm the kind of person that like to nip things in the bud. That way, I don't get to bottle up things. But there's some people who bottle up things. So when they have had enough, when they will now want to explode, you'll be like, is this same person? So life is what you make of it. For me, there is this principle I go by. When there is every new opportunity, every new option is better than the previous. That helps me not to be depressed. That helps me not to be jealous of the next person. That helps me not to go hysterical. You must have a motto or a principle that guides you. I have several, and I call them affirmative words, and I speak to myself all the time. Anytime another one comes up, a problem comes up, I always have a words of affirmation has always helped me. Never to be desperate. When you're desperate, so much can go on. You can be confused. You can lead into trouble. You can lead into depression. It's a whole lot. It can make or make you. It messes up your mind. And the power of a mindset is not something to joke about. I've always, in one of my books, or most of my books, one way or the other, I always chip in the power of the readiness of a mindset. Then I have a particular book where that I broke it down. The power of the readiness of a mindset. My goodness, that I just played everything, that no matter what happens, if you don't have it, you can't move on in this world. You can't. You cannot. Human beings' expectation. It took me a while to learn. It took me a while to learn not to expect so much from people, especially someone you trust so much and you kind of look up to the person. It took me a while to not expect so much from such people. Other people, I don't really mind not expecting from them. But there's some people you will actually trust and you look up to them. But then when you find out what they have done or what they are doing at your back, you'll be amazed. So bottom line, we are all time bomb. The basic thing I want to lay emphasis on is nothing comes easy. Nothing is free in life. No matter what happens, when someone is doing something for you, always expect that the person is going to get a favor one way or the other. It might not be direct, it might be indirect. I don't want this video to be too long, but to summarize this, I just want to let you know that you need to be relevant to yourself and to the society. You need to learn not to trust much, especially to the outsiders. But you must have someone you confide in. You must have someone you can trust to an extent. What I mean by that is you have studied the person for a while and you've seen the pattern, the way the person goes. Nobody's perfect. So that when that time comes, because like I said, everyone is a time bomb. You have someone to confide in. You believe that when you tell this person this thing, the person will be able to help without judging you, without making mockery of you. That way you are stable. But I always say, and I'm a very stubborn when it comes to my faith, there's no one that I trust. Like I've always said, My God is my go-to, number one go-to before any other person. But because no one is an island, you have to have someone you trust. My mom, I love her to death. I always go to meet her. I have one or two friends that I also confide in, and we talk. Like I said, before you laugh at me, I've laughed at myself. So I'm not the kind of person that will keep things bottled up. So I don't become, the time bomb doesn't become so bad, and it prevents a lot of things. Try it. Just try it once. And that's why there are broken homes, there's divorce here and there. So much is going on because you bottle up things, no communication. You're not there to tell yourself the reality and try to find solution. Stop running away. Stop running away. There's no better way to explain this than to say the devil you know is better than the one you do. Like I've always said, my God is my go-to, number one go-to before any other person. But because no one is an island, you have to have someone you trust. My mom, I love her to death. I always go to meet her. I have one or two friends that I also confide in, and we talk. Like I said, before you laugh at me, I've laughed at myself. So I'm not the kind of person that will keep things bottled up. So I don't become, the time bomb doesn't become so bad, and it prevents a lot of things. Try it. Just try it once. And that's why there are broken homes, there's divorce here and there. So much is going on because you bottle up things, no communication. You're not there to tell yourself the reality and try to find solution. Stop running away. Stop running away. There's no better way to explain this than to say the devil you know is better than the one you do. It's so good to support one another. It's so good to share your joy with people. Success, you can't enjoy success alone, bottom line. So, time bomb, success, happiness, it's all intertwined in my own definition. And I'll be explaining as time goes on what I mean by this. This life, the more you see, or they say, the more you look, the less you see. Is really deep. But I believe in transparency. I believe in honesty. If you find people of such nature, be grateful. And another thing I also want to talk about is this in time bomb. If you don't have a grateful heart, it's going to be a problem because each time you make one achievement, you're not celebrating. Celebrate the little things in your life. If you're not celebrating, you're always grumpy. You're always